Yes, sir. Let's do
All
it,
right,
baby.
all right, man. It's your boy Brocky, Whiskey and Kicks. Sipping with Brocky time, man. We back. Look, I always say, I'll have some special guests on the show, but I have to say, man, this is a very, very special guest right now. Let me get this intro right. So, CEO Upstate Cats Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Father, son, brother, husband, holder down of all things family. My brother, you know what I'm saying? Many, 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 many years. My man, singer at my second wedding.
Bang, bang, bang.
It must have worked. The singer and writer of the song White Pants, you know what I'm saying? Which was dope joints. My man Rob Lee, man. What's good, brother?
What's up, baby, man? It's so good to be here, man. Brocky.
Hey.
As all the other names as obviously you got, man. It's really an honor to be here, man. I'm such a fan of what you're doing. I'm such a fan of you, period. You know what I'm saying? Price, everything spiced. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it, man.
Seriously, man. It's an honor.
How's everything with you?
It's good, man. Blessed. Like, you gave the dope intro, man, and it's the truth, man. Doing what I'm doing now and just living, especially coming out of this pandemic. Well, we still in it.
Yeah.
And this whole quarantine thing and just what we doing there. I mean, I'm good. I'm blessed. That's the best answer to give.
No doubt, man. I see you got the you got the quarantine beer, the quarantine mini fro popping.
Yeah, I said let me let the quarter fro still do its thing. You know what I mean? Everybody been asking me like, yo, when you gonna cut it? Honestly, man, a lot of my real meetings I pushed them to 2021, so I'm like, I'm staying like this, man. And it started to get cold again, so I'm keeping warm and everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man.
Yeah, just doing it.
Good, man. I brought you on the show besides the obvious reasons of how close we are. I brought you on the show to talk about, this is for the creatives, how to play the long game.
No doubt.
So,
no doubt.
You're a person that has been an entrepreneur for many years, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And you've been making deals and signing contracts and moving things here and there for a long time.
Man.
So, what's some of the, some of the earliest things that we have some topics to touch on, but some of the earliest lessons you learned, man, just getting into the game, the music industry for you.
Yeah. All right, let's touch on it. Glasses come off for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was just for the intro, though. That's
indeed.
But nah, real talk, man.
That was Sugar Man right there.
Yeah. You had to let the sugar flow, But nah, man, doing the industry thing, man. And for those that don't know, I've actually been in the entertainment industry since I was 12 years old. I've been at it since I was 12, professional. When I say at it, I mean like really in this business. For those that remember, I used to, do my acting thing. I still do it, but, had a show that was nationwide. I was playing the long game even then because I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to be in the entertainment industry in some capacity. The acting thing, I was already involved in that professionally, like I said, since I was 12. But it's funny, the music part of it came as a dare. For those that don't really know the true story of the best group that took over Rochester, New York, you know what I mean? Bang, I'm gonna put that out there. But nah, shout out to all the other groups too, man. That's actually what they gave us a target to shoot for.
Yeah.
And much love to them too. But we formed our group on a dare, man. I got into music on a dare. My sister, D, she was like, yo, matter of fact, it's crazy. We was watching TV and it was one of those, teen shows and they got the people coming out doing their thing and all that. And we watching the show, me, you know what I'm saying? I think it was Kato. Yeah, me, Kato, and my cousin Nigel. We watching. We like, man, them dudes corny, man. We could do that. And she was like, well, look, it's a singing competition coming up. Why don't y'all do it? Blah, blah, blah. We was like, yeah, all right, we'll do it.
No doubt.
We got on that stage. We was like, what is this?
Right.
We out of our element. But for me, it really was a part of what I always knew where I wanted to be, which was on the stage, doing my thing, you know. And but once I got in, my idea was never to be just talent. I wanted to be a businessman in the industry. I wanted to be a shot caller, you know, because that's what I grew up seeing my pops being, a boss, you know. So I said, I want to do that too, but in my area, right, you know. So coming into the music industry, man, it was a crazy industry. A lot goes on there, and it's a lot of competition, you know, and you gotta walk with a certain confidence and understanding of who you are to get where you're trying to go. Mm-hmm. And I was able to do that, man. I came in the game, you know, I was just strictly moving as an artist musically. But then my business acumen was recognized when I was with it was an independent label I was working, coming under rather, based out of Queens. And they saw my business acumen and the way I was moving my own thing. Mm-hmm. And when they saw that, they was like, hey, would you mind joining the ranks? You know what I'm saying? Getting down with us. And I'm like, okay, all right, so this will be cool. But then it kind of really took off from there, because at that point, I came on. And once I came on, I was offered the role of vice president. Then I came on as president, then eventually became a partner in the label. And that's what really got good. I mean, we were the grooming house. We were one of the grooming houses a lot of the bigs were using, like MCA, Sony.
So bringing up raw talent.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, that's when I got to know Alicia Keys and them, you know, and that's I was there at the ground floor of that whole movement of her. And I'll never forget them bringing, you know, coming to the studio. It was her manager at the time, comes to the studio, and he's like, look, I want you to listen to this record, man. This is, you know, this Alicia, we working on this new thing. Tell me what y'all think. And they played this song, and I was like, oh man, that's dope. And it was called Diary. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, it was like, yeah, but we think the lead single gonna be this one. And they played Falling.
Oh, wow.
And we was like, cool, but I actually like Diary better myself to come out with first, but she came out with Falling, and the rest was history. So to be involved and around at the ground floor of a lot of things, you know, it kept my vision, it kept my scope even to where it's at now and the things I'm doing today.
Now, you started at a time when social media wasn't even a thing yet.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So now is different. We'll get into what people are seeing now, but back then, you know, there was no social media, so people couldn't see. And I know, but people couldn't see your sacrifice.
Oh man.
So sacrifice. Touch on how big of a factor that is in playing, in just being in, you know, pursuing your passions and playing the long game.
Crazy you say that, because that's how you know we're on the same wavelength, because I that's actually one of the notes I gave myself.
Word.
And I remember, you know, because I remember, as you know, I was hooping too. So
that's right.
You know, so my eyes was already going down two roads: hooping, entertainment. Mm-hmm. And I know they also met at some point down the line. So I'm looking at certain things, and I'm just like, I where am I trying to really go with this? Like, what am I really trying to do? And as it relates, well, before I don't want to go off topic, but
you know, we can have a 4 or 5 hour segment easily.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is what drove me. I remember coming back home, you know, to Rochester from school, and I would come home and I would see other people, you know, that we knew. And I'm like, man, he got the new Maxima, or he got this. And I'm watching guys, you know, nice little whips, got the rims on it. I'm still walking. Or I'm still getting my mom's car. You know what I'm saying? But in the back of my mind, I was like, man, that's what I really want now. And I had to make a decision within myself and say, okay, I could have settled for it, you know, and that's when I say settling, I say it in all much respect to all my 9-to-5ers out there. I could have settled and got a 9-to-5. I'm an intelligent brother. You know, I had got offers along the way. You know, I could have stopped and got a nice, you know, 9-to-5 gig and all that, but I know that's not where my eyes were at.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, nah, I got to keep looking forward, looking at the long game. And one of the things, no lie, that always drove me was I remember seeing so many cats, you know what I mean, with a nice whip. I was like, man, wait till I get right. Wait till I get right. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that always pushed me. And, you know, today, you know, and it's funny because I look at today, I'm able to look at the blessing, you know, I got a nice little fleet now.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
and I'm like, okay, yeah, see this, I could have stopped and said, you know, I want that car right now with the rims and the blah, blah, blah.
I'm gonna go, right.
But I kept pushing because I know where I was trying to get. And, you know, thankfully, you know, I can go outside and make decisions on what I want to drive now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you know, those material things, but at the end of the day, it's a blessing to be able to be in that position.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
So let me go here. So one thing about you is that you from early on, you always had shorter paths to get to where you wanted to go. For instance, D was what? D was like Diddy's sister's roommate in college, right?
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, that's all family, man. It's crazy.
So you had the connection there, and then even when you went to college, Ninth Wonder, Little Brother, those your peoples. Like y'all went to school, so you could have easily been like, you know, hand me a bone, but you always paved your own path. So kind of, you know, touch on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
paving your own way in the business.
Yeah, you know what? And I was blessed. That always is the right word. I was blessed to be on the front line or front sideline and see, like, even going back to Puff. Like I remember when Puff first got his deal, you know, with Clive, and it was a big deal because he was killing it, you know, right, coming up, and I got a chance to, you know, be in the room with him a couple times. I even got a true story about the first, you know, I know we do the unboxing and all that, so I'm gonna unbox some stories here.
Go for it,
you
man.
know, and this is it makes no better sense than do it on your platform. It's the first time I've ever said this. So I remember when Puff was actually looking for a group. He was looking for a group. And, you know, we was like, okay, we found out. We said, yo, we need to throw our hat in the ring. And I never forget it. You know, he gave us the opportunity and said, yo, let me check y'all out. So Rochester, New York, Pure Bliss, we was in front of Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Before even he became what he became. Like, he was on the way there.
Yeah.
And he did us the honor and listened to us, and he really listened. Like, it wasn't like a, you know, me just walk out. He really listened to us. We came to his crib, and we auditioned for him. You know, he gave us his feedback. You know, it was honest. It was genuine. And he said, look, you know, I'm going to make a decision. I know there's a certain thing I'm looking for, you know. So whether I pick y'all or not, don't think it's because you're not dope, because y'all are. It's just I have a certain thing that I'm looking for.
No doubt, yeah.
And that was respect. And we understood what that was. And he ended up, lo and behold, coming out with 112.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So, but I was always still able to be on the front line and watch him, like I said, front sideline, and watch what he was at that time to what he's become now.
Crazy.
And he's also the epitome of playing the long game, you know?
Straight up.
Tons of people that obviously didn't believe in him. I mean, heck, he even got fired in the beginning, you know, but didn't defeat him. It was will and drive. So seeing him do that definitely set a tone and a precedence for me. Even going back to my boys, Ninth Wonder, Justice League, Little Brother, Sean Don. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all was just kicking it on the yard at school down in North Carolina. But they was going at it then. Just like I was going at it, you know, you walk down the hall, you walk in my room, you see me, I got the keyboard, I'm still getting busy. You go to their room, they got the studio set up, they doing their thing, performing at all the talent shows on the campus. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to basketball practice, but I'm still doing my thing. And to see them do that, man, has been fantastic too. Because I remember how that story happened as well. And also there was another young lady who also was on the yard with us who ended up doing her thing. Her name is Yazura. People knew her as one of the girls on Erykah Badu's Bag Lady.
Okay.
She toured with Erykah a lot. She ended up getting a deal doing her thing under Bob Johnson's label. Bob Johnson that created BET. So she's been doing her thing, but all of us was on the yard. And to see each other doing different things and finally doing what we do. Because like I remember even with Little Brother, I remember when they was just doing their thing. And it's so funny how this comes full circle, but they're doing their thing. Me and Dunny, who is now finna DJ, but he's Dunny forever to me, talking about Sean Don, we was working on some stuff over in the Bronx at his crib. He turned his whole crib into a studio. We was literally in the closet recording.
Word.
And we'd be having
the padding up on the wall and all that?
Yeah, we used to call them the white label sessions. We'll be in there till like 5 in the morning, next day, go break, get some food, come back, get that again. But I remember he had a beat and he was like, yo, I got this idea. He played it for me. He was like, I need the hook to be like this. So I go in, sing the hook, blah, blah. We excited. Knife Wonder produced the joint. You know, it's about to be crazy. We get the call, yo, you can't use that beat no more. I'm like, why we can't use it? Jay-Z decided to use it.
Word. For Threat?
Word. Oh, the Threat joint. So it was actually the remix.
Oh, word.
It was that beat. So he did Threat, then he came out with the remix and we couldn't use the joint no more. So it was like, damn. All right, bet. All right, Jay took it. But that showed that we all thinking the same thing. Jay took it, then hey. You know,
hey, right.
You can't be mad at that, man.
Can't be mad at that.
Yeah, so seeing that was dope, man. Seeing Knife even blowing up and doing what he's doing now. And he's still humble. You know what I'm saying? I see him. You know, we see each other. It's a lot of love.
You know, so I'm getting something from what you're talking about right now. And I want to point out that a lot of people think of success as in the industry as being able to be seen by everybody, being a star, right? And you know what I'm saying? And you can be a star and not be seen by everybody at the same time. Like there's a lot of stars in the sky that you can't see. You know what I'm saying? But they're, you know what I'm saying, the effect. Like you know, Ninth Wonder hit his level, you know, Diddy's here or whatever. And you've had a lot of success, B. Like, you know what I mean? Like people might not know, but there's always a lot of people. There's way more people behind the scenes than there is up front.
Man.
You understand what I'm saying?
Listen, you better say that because the thing is, you know, it's funny. There's always that part of you that you do want to be like, yo, let me show you what I did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all screaming for this dude over here. Don't you know we did it? You know, but, you know, it all goes back to what you in it for and understanding what your game plan is. And it goes back to the whole long game topic we talking about. You know, it's you know, I always have to remind people. I'm like, listen, man, I know it sounds like I'm about to say something from eons ago, but when ringtone and wallpapers was the thing for cell phones, there was a commercial that aired on BET, MTV, VH1, Spike Television by a company called Q-Mobile. They were owned by Qualcomm. And it featured Melissa Ford, Vita Guerra, Buffy the Body, Coco, Ice-T's wife. We were the ones who actually musically produced those commercials.
It's crazy.
First ones that ever aired.
Crazy.
And, you know, and we was only, maybe a year and a half in the game as Upstate Cast Entertainment, you know what I mean? Right. And, you know, that was a huge notch on our belt. And you know, not only that, but all the other people we ended up working with behind that. And like you said, a lot of success, you know, a lot of the other things that we're doing currently under the umbrella. I mean, there's Upstate Cast Enterprises is the main parent company. Underneath that, we got Upstate Cast Entertainment division. Then we have our technology division, UC Intelligence. Yep. You know, then we also have our real estate division that we get busy with that. Yep. And then also we have, you know, we still tied to community. So we have our nonprofit division too, the Upstate Affinity Alliance. So, you know, so you're right. When you say success, man, we've been doing it for real, and without nobody's help. You know, you're right. I could have probably, yo, Puff, you know, throw me a bone, blah, blah. I could have went to listen to my demo. Nah, man, I'm inspired by what you do, so I'm going to keep building me. I am the Puff of Upstate Cats Entertainment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Same thing I look at Knife and them. Easily could have been like, yo, Knife, is the... No, nah, I see you over there, General, just like I see you and I see you.
And that's not even our style. Like,
to
do that. No, because look, I went to an event at a bar in DC called Columbia Room, pardon me. And the owner of Columbia Room, he had this new technique making cocktails by using sound to change the taste of cocktails. And I'm not gonna get into that, but it's legit, B. I was blown away. But Ninth Wonder, they did a collaboration. Ninth Wonder was there, and he was you know, showing people how to DJ and stuff as part of the whole setup and whatnot. So it was a dope thing. And I'm sitting here thinking like, yo, he was cool. He was approachable. It wasn't like it was a star in the room. It was just nice. He was chilling, talking to everybody. And I started to be like, yo, man, my man went to school with you. But then I was like, nah, so I ain't walking up there.
That ain't even my style. You know what I'm saying? I'm Brocky, baby.
I hollered at him. I was like, yo, appreciate you. I love your work and all that kind of stuff. And he was cool. And that was it. I just kept it moving because it's just not our style to do that kind of thing.
It really isn't, man. And I've been in the room with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing I always want to walk out of a room with when I'm talking to other people like that, or if I'm in the room with somebody I respect, I revere, I want to walk out with them respecting me too.
Yeah.
You know, one of the other things that we've managed to do, me and some of the other partners, you know, and I got to shout this one out. We have a manufacturing facility that was built from the ground up in Lima, Peru.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? And currently it's up to 5 floors now. You know what I mean? So we've been getting at it for a little bit, and we doing and when I knew we arrived, and you know, I actually was just with my partner earlier, Anthony Rosa, who founded it. He gave me a call and was like, yo, I need you to put the entertainment down for a second, man, and come help me do this. And I'm like, what's a second? And he was like, nah, just give me like 6 months. I was like, you only put it down for 6 months? I don't know, bro. Let me think about this. But it was a real best decision I ever made. We got that popping, and I'll never forget, we were in a meeting in our conference room. It's myself, my partner Ant, 2 of the founders of FUBU, the president of Fredericks of Hollywood, and the former president of Calvin Klein. And we all sitting there, and they all looking at us like, we trying to figure out how y'all did what y'all did.
Word.
And I tapped Ant underneath. I said, yo, we here, baby.
Yeah.
We here now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They coming to you, the big boys coming to you trying to find out how you did something.
How you did that. Like we opened the doors to that in 2008. You know what I'm saying? And then now 2020 is 5 floors and counting. We're trying to turn that whole thing into like a whole live campus over there for all the workers and everything. And now that got its feet the way that it did, I jumped back over to Upstate Cats Entertainment, and then just continuing to build the whole vision that I had for Upstate Cats Enterprises as a whole.
Yeah.
And still playing the long game in either one. You know what I mean? That's actually what allowed me to put it down for a second, because I saw the long game and, all right, let's build this factory. Let's get this going, because that put us in the room with the governor. That put us in the room with so-and-so, you know. But it all roads led back to entertainment, because everybody wants to produce clothing. So, you know, Lil Wayne's people, DJ Khaled, I mean, everybody was coming in our office just trying to produce with us, you know. Even sat down with 50, got a lot of respect for that brother, man. We had a really good sit down.
I remember that.
Yeah, 50, man. Like even him, like watching him play the long game. When we sat down, he was already planning for Power and all of that then.
Oh, word.
You know what I'm saying? So
back when he was hot as a rapper.
Yes. So when we sat down with each other, you know, the funny thing is we first meet because we have a mutual friend. So friend linked us up. Come in the office. It's me, my partner Ant, Fifth coming back from the gym. He's like, as soon as he walk in the door, he's like, yo, man, my name's Curtis, man. It's really nice to meet you. He doesn't introduce himself as 50. He's like, yo, this Kurt, yo, Rob, it's nice to meet you. You know what I'm saying? Aunt, nice to meet you. I just gotta know one. He said, I just gotta know one goddamn thing. He's like, yeah, how y'all running a whole factory in Peru from right here in New York? This is crazy.
Right.
You know? And he didn't pick up a phone. He didn't touch a computer. For 4 hours, man, we had a good 4-hour dialogue about everything. It's when he first linked up with Mayweather and they was doing the money thing. He was just telling us about that. He was like, yeah, I got this thing with Floyd. We doing it's gonna be this and that. I want to figure some stuff out with y'all. How can we do this and this? So, you know, it was at that time, you know, it's 2 generals. We sitting there talking, 3 generals rather, sitting there talking about the long game. Like, how do we put this together? How do we, you know, find our niche to do this and this together? So we were jumping into all of that dialogue together a while ago, and at the same time, like I said, using that as an inspiration for myself, you know.
Yeah. So that's a good segue into this next topic, not topic, but next point. I wrote down not getting too hyped by early success, or too down by slow times. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Oh. Let me start with the low times, bro. Let me tell you, man, this whole entrepreneur thing, it's a road less traveled, and everybody is not built for it.
Right.
There are some people who are built for the 9-to-5 world, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And then there are those who are built to be to build the next thing, you know. You know, it's impressive when you look at someone that becomes a vice president or a president of a company, but it's also even more impressive when you meet the person who founded it, who created the whole vision for it. The low times, man, it was a number of times, man, I'd be like, man, I really still want to do this, like, you know, especially when you get offers along the way that are comfortable, where it's like, damn, I could do that and just be comfortable. But at the same time, I'm not fulfilling my passion, or I feel like my purpose is lying.
Great point.
So
not every deal is the right deal, man.
Yeah, so I was like, you know, but it was times, man, where I was like, all I had to lean on was faith. I was just like, all right, this don't feel like it's working, but I think it's working.
Right.
And then boom, that thing happened, and you like, oh, okay, yeah, I am doing this right. Okay.
Right.
All right, let me keep this thing going. And so it's been plenty of valleys. And that's when your faith in yourself gets tested too, because you know that's when the naysayers' voices get louder.
Yep.
You know, yeah, maybe you shouldn't do that. Or, yo, you still doing that little music thing?
That little, you do that little thing, you get that little show.
that little music thing. What is this on MTV? What are you talking about?
Right.
You know,
because going back to the other point that I made, people they look at success as you being equal to, you want to be the Rob is Puff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, he had the Bad Boy party or whatever, or the Rock Nation, brunch. You know,
yeah, so he had to have made it now, and it's like, nah, bro, I was making it way before that, you know?
Right, and there's a lot of people at the Rock Nation brunch that you don't know who they are, and they are very successful in the business.
Yes, and some of them there actually, you know, they interns.
And like, too. So I remember the early days, because I was in the Air Force at that time, and I was like, yo, so you was living in Queens. And I was like, yo, I'm going to come up. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to come up. You know what I'm saying? Chill out, whatever. I came up, and you know what I'm saying? And you was living in like a box. I was like,
word up.
Son, I'm going back to the tree house. I ain't got nowhere to sleep.
The tree house. That was called the tree. Yo,
you was upstairs.
Crazy.
The studio was downstairs.
Yep.
You know
the tree house, man.
That's sacrifice.
Jamaica Queens, man. Humble beginnings, man. Yes, the tree house. Me and the crew. Schizo was in there.
Schizo, yep.
Chosen was in there. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so you know, a lot of people, and I, you know, I get it. Like, so the what really sparked this one of the things that sparked this conversation, I'm having people contacting me saying, yo, man, how you doing this and how you doing that? And, oh, yo, you killing it. And here I am over here like, I don't feel like I'm doing anything. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know, but I remember back when I first started feeling like I was here, but I feel like I should be here already. And it's like, yo, sometimes you gotta slow down. You know what I'm saying? Like, play a steady game. That long game is what you need to plan for. The instant success, you might have some early success. You might have a couple of companies want to throw you a couple of t-shirts to do a couple of things, you know, that kind of stuff, whatever. Like, you know, and you might not have anything else for 2 years or so, you know, but
listen,
you
man,
stay on it.
Just going back on the music side of it, I remember when I left the label that I was, you know, partner at, and that's when I started Upstate Cast Entertainment. That was 2005. Started that. I said, okay, how am I going to get things going? Off my own back. So I'm going to put out my own song. Recorded it in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Shining Star.
Shining Star was dope.
And man, thank you. Ended up getting on a major platform that was backed by Motown. It was a major platform called Urban Network. They had a magazine and radio network. And I just happened to call, just trying to figure out how do I get somebody to listen to the record. This is me, myself, calling. The director, the head of business development happened to pick up the phone. Didn't know who he was, never identified himself. Hey, man, I got this such and such, you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, yeah, what's in it? Yo, they call me Young Smokey, man. I do the, you know, Smokey Robinson falsetto, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yo, that sounds pretty dope, man. Any way I can hear that? Yeah, I can send everything to you right now. Mind you, I think I could be talking to the intern. I didn't care. You know, I want somebody to hear, you know? He listened. I sent him the stuff. Said, yo, it's in your inbox, blah, blah, blah. He said, thank you. I'll check it out and get back to you. No lie. He called me 15 minutes later. He was like, yo, can you get over here to Palm Springs next week? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, let me introduce myself. I'm so-and-so, the director of business development. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, okay. He was like, and we do a big situation out here. It's a big summit conference. Want to get you there. See if you can come through. I said, listen, I ain't even gonna lie, man. All the money I had, I damn near spent it on making that EP you got in your hand, you know?
Right.
He was like, listen, if you can just get here, don't worry about nothing else.
Straight up.
I'm like, still don't even know if this really who that guy is, you know? But I had to step out on faith, right? End up going out to Palm Springs. He wasn't lying, man. Everything was taken care of once I got there. And the funny thing is people knew who I was already because unbeknownst to me, Shining Star went out, sold out 2 times within 2 weeks. On their radio station, it got 3 out of 5 stars in 19 countries.
That's crazy, son.
You know what I'm saying? Now here I am, just scrounging nickels just to get to the thing, and my joint is doing his thing.
Right.
You know, I get there, I'm standing there next to Cool from Cool and the Gang. I'm with Tina Marie. I'm with Jaheim. I'm with Run DMC. I'm like, everybody was there.
That's crazy.
And hey, what's up, Rob Lee? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, what's up? Yeah.
Trying to play it cool,
you know? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was then when I said, okay, boom, like you said, you still feel like there's a lot more to go, but other people are like, it's 2 sides of that. Either people are like, yo, how did you do that? Or they like, yeah, so you still doing the little music thing? Like, what's doing? It's like, yo, I got 3 out of 5 stars, 19 countries right now. What do you mean what I'm doing? You know what I'm saying?
Your little music thing, right?
Yeah, my little music thing is doing this thing. But it's crazy, man. Like I said, but again, I keep going back to that long game thing because that kept fueling me for more of where I was going. And one of the things that I've always shared to people that are on their journey professionally, I always tell them to don't watch the destination, watch your steps. Because if you're looking down, before you know it, you're going to bump into it. You know, but if you're watching the destination, it always seems like it's not close. It's not close enough.
Right.
You know, but if you're watching your steps, next thing you know, you're going to run into it like, oh, shoot, I'm here.
All of a sudden, boom,
you know?
yeah. Right.
You there. That's what it's about, man.
That's dope.
That's what it's about.
That's dope. So we talked about the peaks and valleys. One quick thing, look, these things are like 40, 45 minutes, so we're going to run out of time soon. So we're going to get ready to wrap it up, man. We know we was going to have this problem, though, son. Like,
yeah.
There's so much to talk about, but we'll do this again. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But in today's age of social media, where everyone can see everything all the time, one thing I wanted to note is for people is that support from close family and friends, while you're gonna get that, you're not gonna get it on the level that you think you're going to. No. Support from close family and friends that's gonna come down the line, because it's always like, when you scrambling, like let's say a town like Rochester, if you rapping or you singing or you doing whatever, and you trying to make it, the radio station ain't gonna play you.
Oh man,
they're not gonna play you. You're not gonna get that. But as soon as you end up on BET or MTV, Rochester's on.
Nothing much from I don't know you, man. Yeah, man. You know what's crazy? I did a show. I did a show, Friday Night Affair show, rented out the whole German house. Brought these people, and station was like, yo, who is this guy? I'm from Rochester, man. Oh, no, we got it, blah, blah, blah. And then, Rochester's on. Hey, man, you want to come do the Quiet Storm? I said, yeah, it took me to bring all these stars for y'all to now be
you killed it with those shows, B.
Appreciate that, man. We back at it as soon as the quarantine's over. We gonna get at it.
And the crazy thing is that you popped off heavier in Buffalo than you did in Rochester.
Man, sold out.
Yeah.
Sold out shows. It was crazy, but we said we'll still make it work. We do what we do. Those are the things that you can't let get to you, the frustrations, especially of those that are around you personally, your circle. Yeah. If you do, you'll be frustrated every single day. I've had a lot of people just didn't understand what I was saying until it was done. The proverbial build it and they will come. Then it's like, I always think of a line Jay said forever when he's like, yeah, I had it laid out before you knew what the plan was. 500 million later, now you understand this. Like that's
right.
That's me too. I'm like, okay, now that I built this, y'all understand what I'm saying. But shout out to you, man, because I remember when you first bounced the concept around of, I got this idea, whiskey and kicks, and then I never forget when you put up the logo, I was like, that's hot. That's flames right there. And look at you, long game. We had that conversation I don't know how long ago, and you are killing it, man. And I'm looking at, you inspiring me too, because I look at you take your concept and really grow it to where it's a respected thing within the industry that you're moving in. Talking about the whiskey, the kicks, and then having real dialogue and just making it very intuitive and very just fun, And I watched that too, and again, just like I watch Puff, I see you too. You the Puffy of your thing, Appreciate it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I see. Hey, okay, you're doing that. All right, now I'm about to be inspired to go do this some more.
Appreciate it, man. I mean,
that's what it's about.
It's and this is you kind of touched on something else that I've been thinking about and talking about a little bit, is that this COVID thing. I said in the beginning, like this was born of COVID, right? This isn't going away. So I told people, like, yo, you better capitalize on this format, because when things get to whatever the new norm is, this is still going to be around.
Yes, 1,000%.
So and then on top of that, the civil rights thing, all the social injustice and all the stuff going on in the country, which is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Like all the movements and everything. Yeah. It kind of told me, you know what? Let me utilize this to get information to the people.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Sir. That's why I had somebody talking about mental health. I had Saki on here talking about naturopathic, you know what I'm saying? Healing and stuff like that. Yeah. I had my sister on here talking about higher education. And now I have you talking about playing the long game in entertainment for the creators out there, because there's a lot of creators that I rock with, and they need to hear that.
Man, you got to stay focused, man. Like I said, not from a materialistic point of view, the term I use is earthly. You know what I mean? Because I always talk about blessings and all that. So I remember one day I was feeling frustrated, right? Because I felt like certain parts of a deal I was waiting for wasn't moving fast enough. I never forget a voice says to me, "Go outside." Walked outside the door, said, "Turn around." I turn around, now look, I'm looking at my crib, I look in the driveway, orange before that was a word, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, I'm good. Like, what am I tripping for? Like, if in terms of like, not saying that the material stuff gave me the fulfillment, it's just the fact that I have the ability to do that, you know? And I was just like, what am I tripping for? Like, it's some people out here that don't have a car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got two.
Right.
You know? And I'm like, what am I complaining about? So it's really about, the long game is also about full-on perspective. You know, you got the right perspective and the right goggles on. That other stuff that tries to take you off your path, you won't even pay attention to it. It'll bounce off you. You know, it's just like, nah, because I'm looking here. I already know where I'm going with this. Like, you know, my whole vision I'm living right now is what I had when I was 12. You know, with no lie, you know, and I'm living it now and doing the thing. So I'm happy about it. Oh, I got to make sure I do it because I did holler at my peoples, you know. I said, look, I'm going to be doing my man show and all that. So, you know, it's okay to do this because we got the permission to. So I had to let everybody know about the Ciroc VS.
Okay.
You know, we had a little something, little.
Indeed.
Getting it going, you know.
Oh, you sipping straight?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So right here, what we going right now, got a little old fashioned.
Okay, that's what's up.
You know,
the orange peel in there.
Yeah, we did it right with the bitters, and we took it a level up. I got instead of just the simple syrup, I actually have the maple.
Okay.
Not even the syrup. It's the maple cane sugar.
I know what you're talking about. I was just talking to somebody about that recently.
Yeah, smooth, lightweight.
I see you over there, son.
You know what I'm saying? And of course I had to represent. Now
I see them joints right there too, those blazers.
Listen, so to put it in order, I got respect, obviously. These the Brawnies. For the King. Oh, sorry, not even in view.
Those Kobe's are those Kobe's, right?
LeBron.
Oh, those LeBron joints. Okay.
King had to get that, you know, did the thing, but in the Mamba colors.
Yes.
You know.
Those are heavy. I haven't seen those before. Okay.
I'm gonna have this out here. Gotta have Jordan.
Indeed.
No question. I gotta have Jordan up there. But now, you be doing some ill unboxing, so you know what I mean. Let anybody know I can play too. These right here. This the McDowell's.
Yeah,
these are the McDowell's.
Crazy, son.
This is the Coming to America edition.
Yo, those are heavy, B. I ain't gonna front.
The Coming to America edition, baby.
Look at that stitch and swoosh. Those are crazy.
You know what I mean? The McDowell's joints. Officially in there. Coming to America. I had to let everybody know I can do this little thing too, man.
No doubt. That's perfect.
You know, let it be a little something to represent, man.
Perfect. Yo, man, I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, love you. You know what I'm saying? It's
man, love you, man.
Brotherhood. You know that this is a bond that you know you really couldn't even explain to most people, and
man,
you know, it's just a blessing to have it. And you know, we'll do this again, and you know, 'cause we have so much to talk about. You know, when things are in a good space, you come down to the area. You got to sit in here in front of the bar and really get it in. Like me and Dex got it in. We got to really get it in. There's no time limit on that.
It's on. And anybody probably that saw us in the beginning probably looked and be like, this dude got on shades inside. Yes, this been me all the time. With the cameras on, without the cameras, everybody understand. I do this, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right about that, son. You're right about that, son. Salute to you, man, for you know, recognizing your passion and pursuing it. I mean, for years, B. For years, you've been staying the course, playing that long game, And I'm proud of you for that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it was an inspiration for me because I recognized something in myself later on, and I was like, yo, let me go for it. So here we are, both in the entertainment business in some regard.
And I'm passing the gifts to you too, man. Gotta salute you. You got your toast?
Well, I'm empty over here, baby.
Oh
But
man, you got busy.
Yeah, I got busy over here. Let me
Okay.
pour a splash real quick.
Yeah. I gotta toast you correctly, man. Salute, whiskey and kicks, baby.
Cheers,
hard
homie.
game, long game.
Long game.
Yeah.
Please,
smooth.
Homie.
All right,
All right, man.